Okay, so the real reason that Yugo and the entire Goldy Pond arc was deleted from the anime. Japan has a huge taboo regarding firearms. Yugo is presented in his first appearance in the manga pointing a gun at a young child. Okay? And that's a no-no unless they're an evil villain. They can't be an anti-hero made to look cool later on. And way bigger than that, all the kids, not all the kids, many of the kids learning how to use firearms in order to defend themselves, and later to defeat demons. Not fake firearms, not like magical firearms that look like you know water guns or like some crazy sci-fi nonsense, but real world assault weapons, grenades, the type of stuff that is banned in Japan. Having the kids learn how to use that type of um, equipment and then successfully using it, they don't want they probably don't want to do that because it's taboo. They probably think that it would encourage young Japanese manga readers to get interested in learning how to use firearms and maybe even fighting for the right to bear firearms, um, like you have in Switzerland, um, which has one of the lowest crime rates in all of Europe, and everyone owns a firearm in Europe, as long as they're not considered mentally unstable. Um, but regardless, that's why I believe Yugo and the whole Goldy Pond arc was deleted. Hentai is okay, like the Healer's Revenge anime. Hentai is okay for anime. All that sex stuff, the rape that they show, that's perfectly okay. But God forbid kids learn how to use firearms. Um, Obviously, this is a highly political issue. Some people may agree with what they did because they believe in gun control, and some other people may not be political at all and just think that the story doesn't really have any bearing on politics and it's just fiction, and they don't have to be so uptight about it. And some people will be like me and think that's so uncool because teaching we used to teach kids back when they were 12 years old how to use firearms and how to hunt and how to respect firearms, and you know that's American culture. So as an American who grew up in the South, for me, I see no problem in the kids learning how to defend themselves. They should, especially in a world full of demons. And obviously, 12-year-olds and it used to be 12 and 13-year-olds. They participated in the Civil War, back when adolescence was not considered a phase. Like, adolescence is a product of the 20th century. In the past, once you were 12 or 13, you were considered a man or a woman. Yes, you were a young man and a young woman, and not very wise. But there was no idea of adolescence. You didn't have to protect them from the real world. You had to introduce them to all the dangers and opportunities and real elements of the real world so that they can learn to adapt to them and become wise, rather than shelter adolescents from the real world like we do today, and then once they're like 22 or 25, having them be completely helpless and have no idea how to deal with real world problems, and not like adulting. So I just went off on a whole rant based off of an anime arc being deleted. It's kind of all over the place. I didn't get a lot of sleep. I don't know. If anyone thought this was interesting, thumbs up. If anyone thought this was kind of all over the place and not very well done, well, I just did it off the cuff, so give it a like anyway.